Think fast food is always made out of bottom-shelf ingredients? Think again. Whether it's beef you can tell spent time on the pasture or fish that tastes like it was caught that day, these restaurant menus have some seriously impressive sourcing.
The Wisconsin-based burger chain, known as Culver's, is recognized primarily for its butter burgers and frozen custard. When it comes to its sandwiches, though, the franchise promises that nothing is ever frozen. Every slab of meat gets placed on the grill only after it's ordered by a customer. While this approach usually means there are a few extra minutes between ordering and when the dish makes it to the table, it's well worth the wait according to those who've had the pleasure of eating there. This is especially true for its fish sandwiches, according to satisfied customers. The chain's North Atlantic cod sandwich features a tartar sauce made from a proprietary recipe, lettuce, sprinkled Wisconsin cheddar cheese, and a crispy fillet of breaded flavorful cod. One Redditor described it as the best fast food sandwich, while another shared, "Number 1 in my book. After eating their fish sandwich, I can't even look at Filet-O-Fish." This glowing attitude was reflected on virtually every platform we could find. So, next time you're craving some fish on a hoagie, you might want to consider heading to your nearest Culver's to see what all the freshly caught buzz is about.
Can you even believe it?
The fast food franchise known as Arby's began in 1964. The world currently has over 3,500 Arby's locations. You may attribute this success to the chain's sizzling beef burgers or its sliced roast beef and cheese creations. You may want to stop for a moment. Consider placing the restaurant's multiple fish sandwich variants in the running, too. One of these is the King's Hawaiian Fish Deluxe Sandwich, which utilizes a Sweet King's Hawaiian bun. Another is the Crispy Fish Sandwich, which includes a crunchy fried filet and tartar sauce as its star components. And finally, a third sandwich, known as the Spicy Fish Sandwich, is very similar to the original crispy fish in its components, except for the addition of fire-roasted jalapenos on top. Although all three differ slightly in their flavor profiles, each of these fishy dishes has given way to some overwhelmingly positive reviews. But there is some slightly bad news. These fish-based sandwiches currently only appear at Arby's for a limited time each year. Similar to the original McDonald's move, Arby's fish sandwich releases often fall in line with the annual Catholic observance of Lent. Quite frankly, we're pretty sure these fish-forward morsels would get snatched up quickly, regardless of the time of year. It's safe to say that when one thinks about Hooters, the sports bar chain that first opened in Clearwater, Florida, its orange-clad serving staff and famous breaded wings are generally the first thing to come to mind. But for those consumers who have tasted the chain restaurant's seafood sandwich, to learn that it's a juicy, whopping dish constructed from a massive fillet of fried cod, fish has joined the Hooters mental association forever. Though you've probably never even heard of the Hooters Big Fish Sandwich until now, it is evidently heaven on a hoagie roll. One giant piece of codfish is either grilled or battered and fried, depending on the customer's preference, before being finished off with a simple layer of tartar sauce. The seemingly basic recipe is exactly what makes it so marvelous by not taking away from the fish itself. On a post ranking restaurant seafood sandwiches, one Redditor said, "The one place I would really love to see on here is Hooters. It's been a while, but ever since I was young I've always ordered the Big Fish Sandwich, and it's excellent. You get a giant piece of fried white fish, and it's delicious." The next time you're perusing a Hooters menu and looking to deviate from your usual order of wings, we recommend looking no further than the chain's fish-forward hoagie creation.
First the batter, then the meal.
Nashville, Tennessee may be known as the country music capital, but it also happens to be the birthplace of one of the nation's most celebrated seafood restaurant joints. Captain D's, which began as Mr. D's Seafood and Hamburgers, opened in 1969, bringing a lower price tag on delicious, higher quality fishy dishes for the masses. And while you're almost certainly destined to find taste bud happiness through virtually any of the picks from the successful chain, it is the giant fish sandwich, according to consumers, that is well and truly noteworthy. What makes this Captain D's sandwich stand out from the crowd at first glance is its sheer size. Customers receive not one, but 2 fish fillets on a toasted bun, finished off with lettuce and a dollop of tartar sauce. While looks aren't always everything, people confirm that the gigantic masterpiece delivers on flavor. However, constructing fried fish perfection takes time, so if you go into a Captain D's expecting the speed of a McDonald's, be sure to adjust your expectations, as one Redditor cautioned. Though your giant Captain D's sandwich may not come out as quickly as some other fast casual restaurants might do, happy customers argue that the bite is more than worth the wait.
Good thing there's a burger made just for you. Good thing there's Whataburger.
There's just something to love about Whataburger. Since the chain opened in the 1950s, it has maintained that nostalgic aura, as well as its menu of incredible burgers for which it originally became famous. However, many consumers are so focused on the beef coming from the Whataburger kitchens that they forget about the fish. Cue the What a Catch, a sandwich that more than lives up to its name, going by the many satisfied customers. The What a Catch is a combination of lettuce, tomato, sauce, and an Alaskan pollock fillet coated in breadcrumbs and then fried. It's served together on a soft, toasty bun. A user on Reddit said, "Oh, Whataburger, you've done it again. Finally tried it tonight. Heaven on a bun. Giant tasty piece of battered fish. Light sauce, some lettuce, and a tomato slice. It's perfection. I don't know how I'll survive if I ever move to a state without Whataburger." High praise indeed, which we found to be shared across the board. Sadly, the What a Catch is only offered for a limited time each year. In 2023, it preceded the Lenten season, dropping on February 20. So it seems we may be getting closer to its release with the new year just around the corner. Keep your eyes open and don't miss hooking one of these savory treats while it lasts. The very first Popeyes Louisiana Chicken opened up in New Orleans in 1972 and has since become one of the most celebrated fast food chicken chains in the world, featuring many of the unique and notable Cajun flavors associated with the Big Easy. In much of its fare, the franchise is heralded for its fantastic fried chicken, shrimp poppers, and sandwiches. One of these is called the Flounder Fish Sandwich. And though it currently only graces us with its presence once a year, according to consumers, it is definitely worth the effort of reeling it in. While debating on a post about the best fast service fish sandwiches, one Redditor wrote, "Popeyes, hands down, no more questions." Another user declared, "This is the best fish sandwich in all of fast food. It's really good and I recommend it." The creation itself presents a crusted filet with Cajun seasonings as its star, a thick spread of tartar sauce, and, differentiating itself from the majority of fish sandwich takes, a layer of sliced pickles all served together on a brioche bun.
Feel like I'm right by the sea or something?
Wendy's is one of those burger restaurants committed to fresh beef. None of its foods, the chain insists, are ever frozen. The chain's commitment to better quality fast food seems to extend to its widely celebrated crispy panko fish sandwich, which takes breaded wild Alaskan pollock, dill tartar sauce, pickles, and the unique addition of a slice of melty American cheese to finish things off. The result is a savory, flaky, flavorful mouthful with every bite, and one that consumers gobble up happily in February when it is usually released on a limited-time basis. However, there seems to be some confusion surrounding the sandwich's seasonal status. According to consumers and employees on various platforms, when it hits menus seems to vary greatly by region. For some locations, there might not be such a time at all. An alleged employee reported on Reddit, "I was just informed by my manager that we aren't getting a fish sandwich. Does this depend on location?" The conversation that followed made it clear that it very much does, with another alleged Wendy's worker claiming that if the sandwich underperforms one year at a particular store, it may not be ordered in the subsequent one. Yet on the same thread, multiple employees reported that their stores offered the fish sandwich year-round. So despite the seemingly arbitrary rules surrounding this particular Wendy's sandwich availability, you're still in for a treat as long as you're lucky enough to catch one. The story of the Checkers and Rally's fast food chain is an interesting one. The two are virtually the exact same restaurant with the exact same owners. The only real difference between the two is that they go by different names depending on region. In both the South and the Eastern states, the chain is known as Checkers, while in the Midwest, the restaurant is Rally's. Whatever you call it, you can't deny the truth that the burger joint offers up some pretty delicious staples on its menu, including the crispy fish sandwich. Though it isn't clear exactly what type of fish is used here, it doesn't seem to matter to many customers. Whatever the catch is, it is downright delicious, they say. A happy reviewer wrote on TripAdvisor, "The fish was hot, cooked properly, and I was very pleased." These positive reviews keep rolling in, whether you're on Reddit or TikTok, prompting us to add the Checkers or Rally's fishy, saucy, cheesy, and chopped lettuce bedecked sandwich to our list. With a name like Bonefish Grill, you'd expect a restaurant that knows what it's doing when it comes to constructing delicious fish-based sandwiches. Thankfully, you won't be disappointed at the sit-down chain. The celebrated seafood restaurant's menu includes dishes like grilled rainbow trout, crab cakes, and poke bowls, crafted with tuna. The BFG fish sandwich reportedly looks a bit different at every location, changing in accordance with what's available that day. But one thing's for certain, whatever type of fish fillet is on offer is cooked to perfection and coated in the restaurant's signature bang bang sauce and nestled in a toasted bun. It's sure to be memorable. Excellent, superb, and delicious are just a few of the glowing terms used by eaters across a bevy of online platforms to describe the blackened fish sandwich at Bonefish Grill. Their words, combined with photographs that make the food look all the more irresistible, make this catch a hard one to throw back. We're willing to bet that once you get a bite, you'll be just as hooked as the rest of us.
Have you ever wondered what's going into your fast food burgers? If you eat at any of these chains, you won't have to. From the ultimate bacon cheeseburger to the breakfast all-day burger, beef is the shining jewel of BurgerFi's menu. As such, it's little surprise that the chain takes its protein seriously. According to the BurgerFi website, the company only serves the top 1% of all beef produced in the States. In line with its Never Ever program, BurgerFi makes its patties from all-natural Angus beef that's antibiotic, hormone, chemical, and steroid-free. Furthermore, BurgerFi guarantees that the farms supplying its meat raise their cattle on pastures, providing them the freedom to feast on grass, grains, hay, and legumes. The cattle are then fed corn to enhance the beef's flavor and achieve optimal marbling. BurgerFi's commitment to serving antibiotic-free beef has earned it recognition in the annual chain reaction reports. Perhaps BurgerFi's chief culinary officer, Paul Griffin, sums up the restaurant's beef policy best, saying on the company website, "From day one, BurgerFi's commitment to providing the ultimate better burger experience has always started and ended with fresh, quality ingredients, premium options, and delicious possibilities." Since opening its doors in 1969, Wendy's has been serving fresh, never frozen, 100% real beef without additives or fillers. The meat is sourced from local beef quality assurance certified farmers and transported to restaurant locations in refrigerated trucks. Wendy's is the first chain restaurant to collaborate with the Progressive Beef Program, a sustainability and animal welfare initiative that focuses on promoting the best standards within the industry and third-party verification. The program aims to provide a humane environment for cattle, ensure the responsible use of antibiotics, and support local communities by providing training and certification. Unlike many other international chain burger joints, Wendy's is completely transparent about the tangible steps it's taking towards serving antibiotic-free meat. Since 2020, Wendy's has only been sourcing its beef from producers who have committed to reducing the use of antibiotics in their cattle by at least 20%. Additionally, the popular franchise has the noble goal of switching to 100% antibiotic-free meat at all of its US and Canada outlets by 2030.
Be different. Get on the cutting edge.
From basic cheeseburgers with lettuce and tomato to more elaborate options like the avocado bacon burger and the spicy Shackmeister, Shake Shack uses only 100% Angus beef patties in its burgers. Better still, the chain's beef is never frozen and contains no hormones or antibiotics. Shake Shack only sources its beef from farmers who uphold the most rigorous animal care and welfare standards. To make their patties stand out from the pack, Shake Shack uses a distinctive smash and scrape technique where patty balls are pressed into the grill and scraped with a tool that looks a little like a paint scraper prior to flipping. Food critic Nick Kindlesberger from the Chicago Tribune says that this unique technique resulted in the beefiest patty he had tasted the entire month, adding, "The meat is placed on the softest bun around, a Martin's potato roll, which is just one step away from the texture of a marshmallow." With the motto, "Our beef is higher grade than most steaks," you know you're in for something special when you sink your teeth into a Mooyah burger. The chain uses only certified Angus beef, a premium black Angus beef brand that has been helping rural communities since 1978. The certified Angus beef brand only selects 3 in 10 cattle to ensure that its product meets 10 stringent criteria in relation to size, uniformity, and marbling. Furthermore, only USDA Prime or Choice designated beef can qualify as certified Angus beef. It's not just the commitment to serving high-quality beef that makes Mooyah burgers special. It's also their commitment to freshness and variety. Mooyah offers many different burger styles, from classics such as the MDC with 2 beef patties, lettuce, tomato, and American cheese, to more elaborate options that cater to every palate and dietary preference. Choose the paleo with iceberg lettuce, applewood smoked bacon, avocado, tomato, pickles, and onions. Or indulge in the mushroom Swiss burger with Swiss cheese, sautéed mushrooms, and fried onion strings. Alternatively, you can build your own burger from the chain's 26 toppings and sauces. Famous for its butter burgers made with never-frozen beef patties and toasted buttered buns, Culver's aims to stay true to its small-town Wisconsin roots. This means that all of the chain's meat, including beef and chicken, is sourced from local, family-operated farms.
From Wisconsin with love.
Culver's beef patties are made from a blend of top-quality Midwest cuts known for their marbling and juicy flavor, including chuck, sirloin, and plate. Additionally, the patties don't contain any fillers that could compromise the quality of the beef. Culver's makes burgers to order, and they use a specific cooking method to ensure that each patty is cooked to perfection. The beef patties are cooked on the griddle using the smash technique, which helps to seal in the juices and create the chain's signature crispy sear. In-N-Out Burger has grown considerably since opening as the first drive-through burger joint in California in 1948. Decades later, the restaurant chain still prides itself on serving food made the old-fashioned way, without freezing, pre-packaging, or microwaving. In fact, until 1963, when the restaurant opened its specifically designated patty-making facilities, In-N-Out Burger patties were still manually handmade by the chain founder's wife, Esther. Today, In-N-Out Burger is still made from entire cuts of 100% USDA beef chuck obtained from premium cattle. The meat is free of things such as fillers, additives, and preservatives. To ensure top quality, the franchise across the U.S. takes care of bone removal, meat grinding, and patty preparation. The patties are then transported to restaurant locations around the country. Notably, Carl Van Fleet, the former vice president of development at In-N-Out, once told Business Insider, "Our new restaurant locations are limited by the distance we can travel from our patty-making facilities and distribution centers." With around 40 locations across 6 states, Elevation Burger is a small player as far as burger chains are concerned. Founded by a dad who struggled to find healthy fast food meals for his family, Elevation Burger seems to have stuck to its world-friendly philosophy, even though it was acquired by Fat Brands in 2019. Elevation Burger doesn't take its produce and sustainability lightly. In fact, according to the chain's website, the company's mission is to change the world one burger at a time. In a 2018 interview with the Daily Targum, Elevation Burger's Director of Operations, Joe Hafez, summed up the chain's commitment to quality, saying, "Our burgers are 100% organic beef, fresh ground, in-house. Our beef is also sourced from grass-fed cattle, which has less calories and saturated fat than conventional beef. All our meat is organic, free-range, humanely processed, and halal." From classic burgers with American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, red onions, and pickles, to more elaborate get-ups like the truffle mushroom Swiss burger, Smash Burger caters to all dietary preferences and appetites. The chain even makes a keto-friendly burger served on a bed of lettuce rather than inside a bun. And when it comes to its beef, Smash Burger only settles for certified Angus beef, without ever freezing or microwaving its meat. Just like the chain's name suggests, Smash Burgers are made using custom-made metal smashers. Each beef patty is smashed on a buttered and seasoned griddle. This technique caramelizes the meat, resulting in incredibly rich and juicy patties. In a review for Business Insider, writer Hollis Johnson said that the meat was savory and perfectly cooked. He added, "There's no uneasy, greasy texture to the burger, unlike at many other chains. It's a lean meat that stands out among the flavors instead of suffocating beneath them."
It's time to raise the bar on how you burger.
When it comes to Be Good, the name says it all. The popular restaurant chain is all about providing good food that isn't just delicious, but is also good for you and the planet. Founded by two friends with a penchant for wholesome food made from local ingredients, Be Good sources its beef from Walden Local Meat Company. This company procures 100% grass-fed beef from more than 70 environmentally responsible Northeast farms. Be Good CEO Chris Freeman explained the reasoning behind the chain's decision to partner with Walden in 2023. According to a press release, he said, We were initially drawn to Walden Local because of its loyal ties to local farmers and focus on sustainable foods, both of which are incredibly important to Be Good. In an interview with QSR Magazine, Be Good co-founder John Alinto also elaborated on the ethos behind the chain, saying, "When we started, we thought if we would grind the beef and hand-cut the potatoes, that would make it real food. As we got into it, we became more passionate about what real food should be. Now it means getting meat from family farms that never use antibiotics or hormones and being transparent about the source of all our ingredients." With the tagline, "There's no substitute for quality," the Habit Burger Grill has given itself a lot to live up to. Luckily, with over 5 decades under its belt, the chain has had considerable time to perfect its craft. The Habit Burger Grill burgers start with never-frozen USDA Choice tri-tip steak that's ground to create fresh and flavorful patties. Furthermore, the patties are free of fillers, additives, and preservatives. The chain's cooking process involves an open flame to sear in the juices and give the beef a slightly crispy exterior. The company was acquired by Yum Brands, a conglomerate that also owns KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, for approximately $375 million. Hop Dottie Burger Bar is a small-scale burger chain that's big on regenerative farming. The franchise has partnered up with Force of Nature, a brand that brings together farmers and ranchers committed to creating a better world through sustainable practices. This ensures that Hop Dottie Burger Bar's patties are sourced from 100% grass-fed cattle, raised in a regenerative and responsible manner. It also aligns with the company's mission to provide customers with a delicious and guilt-free dining experience. Hop Dottie Burger Bar's high standards are reflected in the quality of its food and its transparency. For instance, not only does its Mother Nature burger come with Force of Nature 100% grass-fed regenerative beef, but it also features Vital Farms pasture-raised eggs, raw farm cheddar cheese, and Brothers Bond bourbon onion jam. Some of the chain's other burger options include the Goodnight Good Cause with cheddar cheese, lettuce tomato, caramelized onions, jalapenos, and caffeinated barbecue sauce, and the Magic Shroom with goat cheese, field mushrooms, lettuce, tomato, and onion.
Roast beef, smoked pastrami, or Thanksgiving dinner piled high on an Italian roll. These sandwich shops dish up dreams come true between 2 slices of rye. So who's doing it best? Grab a number and dig into these primo provisions. Since launching in 1976 in Wilmington, Delaware, Capriotti's Sandwich Shop has been busy serving sandwiches made from high-quality ingredients. The shop is named after Philip Capriotti, who cultivated his family's passion for home-style Italian eats. These days, Capriotti's is a full-fledged chain with over 175 U.S. locations. Much of the company's success is due to its well-established relationships with product suppliers. The Butterball brand raises a special species of turkey, the Capriotti's Super Tom, exclusively for the chain. The meat is then slow roasted overnight and pulled apart by hand. It's also the key ingredient in Capriotti's award-winning sandwich, the Bobby.
Hand-pulled turkey, fresh cranberry sauce, stuffing. It's like Thanksgiving on a roll.
In 2020, Capriotti's added American Wagyu beef to its menu through a collaboration with Snake River Farms, which has produced American Wagyu beef since the late 80s. These cattle are raised on an all-vegetarian diet, free of growth hormones, MSG, and artificial ingredients. The slogan over at Pret A Manger is "Doing the right thing," and this international chain appears to be staying true to its word. Best known for its many New York City locations, the company got its start in London, England in 1986, and it's been particularly transparent about its efforts to serve high-quality deli meats. Pret A Manger US has detailed a journey towards sustainability and clean sourcing by showing its environment, social, and governance report on its website. The deli meat featured on the Pret A Manger US menu are ham, bacon, and chicken, all of which come from Niman Ranch. The farmers and ranchers participating with Niman Ranch raise livestock according to the highest animal welfare standards. In 2017, Pret A Manger signed on to the Better Chicken Commitment to agree to industry-leading standards regarding the production of chicken meat. The company promises that by 2026, all of its chicken products will be Global Animal Partnership certified. Serving delicious, sustainably sourced food has been the goal of Mendocino Farms since it opened in Los Angeles in 2005. Back then, farm-to-table cuisine wasn't the bankable concept that it is today, but for the family-run company, nothing less would do. The brand dishes up exceptional quality deli meat, but where the eatery really hits a home run is in its unique, chef-driven sandwich options. Mendocino Farms was an 11-unit chain in 2015 when Whole Foods took notice and invested in the brand. Mendocino Farms then began operating out of Whole Foods in California in 2016, while also continuing to launch individual locations. Sustainable local farms are the backbone of Mendocino Farms meat supply, where all animals are raised humanely and fed a vegetarian diet that's free of artificial colors, flavors, or hormones. These days, the chain boasts more than 60 locations throughout California, Texas, and Washington state. The sandwich list rotates throughout the year in order to showcase the best ingredients that each season has to offer. But beloved customer favorite sandwiches like prosciutto and chicken and the Farm Club are permanent fixtures on the menu. One of the reasons Jersey Mike's dominates the chain industry is because it churns out consistent quality across the board.
Watching that takes me to my happy place. Oh, wait. Jersey Mike's is my happy place.
Jersey Mike's original Jersey Shore location opened in 1956 under the name Mike's Subs. Freshly sliced meat, bread baked in-house, and customizable sandwich ingredients helped Mike's gain a steady following, which led to the shop's expansion. Jersey Mike's became a franchise in 1987, but every location serves private label deli meats made especially for the chain. You'll find USDA choice roast beef and lean antibiotic-free turkey. There's also good news for the ham, prosciutini, capicola, and bacon lovers out there. In 2019, Jersey Mike's teamed up with Clemens Food Group to make the company-wide switch to no antibiotics ever pork products. Clemens pigs are fed an all-vegetarian diet and are never given hormones, growth stimulants, or steroids. At Top Round, sandwiches made from scratch are a way of life. Established in Los Angeles in 2013, the company began as a passion project for 4 restaurant chefs looking to start something of their own. But Top Round isn't your typical deli. Instead, it's more of a retro-inspired sandwich and burger joint. But that doesn't mean that the roast beef is anything less than top-notch. Since its debut, Top Round has grown into a small chain with locations in LA, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Las Vegas. Top Round stuffed its roast beef sandwiches with 100% all-natural beef, free of fillers, artificial additives, and preservatives. Featuring a 10-spice rub, marinade, and 10-hour-long slow roast, it's an elevated riff on a time-honored sandwich. The meat is always sliced to order and topped with a light gravy just before being sandwiched between a buttery, toasted bun. Top Round may be slower to grow its franchises, but each shop is just as consistent as the next. Before it became a well-known sandwich chain, Jimmy John's launched in 1983 as a late-night sub-shop in the college town of Charleston, Illinois. When you think of high-quality deli meat, you might not immediately think of Jimmy John's. But even so, the company takes meat sustainability more seriously than you might expect.
Oh, look, I'm Jimmy's John's, and I have high-quality, reasonably priced sandwiches.
Initially, the use of high-quality deli meat was motivated by founder and former CEO Jimmy John Leotode's community-oriented nature. He made local farmers and vendors part of the chain's business strategy, which boosted the local economy but also provided customers with better-tasting ingredients. Leotode sold the majority of his stake in Jimmy John's to Rourke Capital in 2016. Under new direction, sustainable sourcing became the key focus. Jimmy John's oversees the largest third-party remote video auditing system in the meat industry to make sure its animals are raised ethically. Other than a little artificial caramel color in the roast beef, Jimmy John's hand-sliced meats are all natural and minimally processed. Philly hoagie shops are a dime a dozen, but Primo Hoagies is in a class of its own. The chain exclusively features Thuman's gourmet meats and cheeses. The specialty wholesaler is a 4th-generation, family-owned business out of New Jersey that has been in operation since 1949. All of Thuman's deli meats are produced from family recipes and use zero byproducts, fillers, gluten, MSG, or chemically engineered ingredients. In 2023, Primo Hoagies was voted the best sandwich or sub shop in the US Today 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards. It's a well-deserved badge of honor for the sandwich chain, which is rapidly expanding across the US. Don't have a Primo Hoagies near you? You might get one very soon. Panera Bread is one of the top sandwich chains in the business. The company's rise to prominence was born out of the public demand for tasty sandwich options without all the processed ingredients associated with fast food. Panera was even one of the first sandwich chains to serve antibiotic-free chicken. Since 2016, Panera has participated in the Better Chicken Commitment, an industry initiative that aims to serve only high-quality breeds of broiler chicken that are raised ethically. Plus, rather than enriching turkey deli meats with chemical preservatives, Panera worked with a supplier that uses water, potato starch, and sea salt to preserve the meat naturally.
What makes a really good, solid sandwich?
Even so, a menu overhaul in 2024 has invited suspicion that Panera's clean food supply chain could be changing. In an internal memo published by Nation's Restaurant News, Panera Bread execs stated, "This policy update allows for judicious use of antibiotics in our pork and turkey products and provides more flexibility in our feeding standards for chicken and beef, allowing us to consider additional resources of supply and more effective pricing." When it comes to a chain known for its vegan deli meat, skeptics might be critical of what's going on at Ben and Esther's. But even meatless deli offerings require top-quality care and processing. Ben and Esther's Vegan Jewish Deli opened in Portland, Oregon in late 2019. And despite pandemic-era woes, the eatery managed to open a second location in San Diego. A third outpost in Seattle never found its footing and was shuttered in December 2023. But setbacks aside, Ben and Esther's represent something truly unique in the fast casual sandwich market, and its quality deli meats deserve a second look. One of the chain's signature items is the Reuben. The vegan version of this iconic sandwich swaps the traditional corned beef for seasoned tempeh. Supported by flavorful marbled rye, sauerkraut, and Russian dressing, Ben and Esther's pulls off an homage to a Jewish classic. Elsewhere on the menu, you'll find quintessential New York-style Jewish deli favorites, hoping to satisfy even the most homesick New Yorker. Egg and cream cheese sandwiches, a tuna melt, and even their version of a turkey bacon club make appearances, all of which are expertly crafted with soy products. Unlike some of the more established sandwich chains on our list, Homegrown got its start in an era where environmental sustainability is the brand mission in itself. It was founded by childhood friends, with the goal of creating a green business showcasing farm-to-table ingredients.
We knew we wanted to join the slow food movement so that we could change the way people eat and live their lives.
Homegrown makes it a habit to tap the local agricultural market. The brand's deli meats come from trusted ranchers who raise their animals on all vegetarian diets with nary a nitrate, antibiotic, or hormone in sight. It's all part of the company's goal to keep its food as natural as possible, an endeavor that founders referred to as sandwich environmentalism. The idea is that sustainably sourced meat and produce benefits not only the people who eat there, but the animals and the farmland as well. Some of the brand's meat suppliers include Painted Hills Natural Beef in Oregon and Hempler's in Washington. Both suppliers work with family-owned ranches and farms to produce high-quality, small-batch meats for the perfect homegrown sandwich. By the time Which Wich burst on the scene in Dallas, Texas in 2003, customizable subs were all the rage at sandwich shops. But instead of choosing your ingredients straight from the assembly line like most chains, Which Wich prompts customers to check off the ingredients they want from a list, write their name on a brown paper bag, and bring it to the cashier's counter. The quirky concept was a hit, and in just 2 years, Which Wich became a franchise. As the chain expands, Which Wich continues to uphold its commitment to serving top-quality deli meat. Which Wich and its meat suppliers advocate for the humane treatment of animals. The brand strives to meet the animal welfare guidelines set by the World Organization for Animal Health, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, and the Farm Animal Welfare Council. The chain's chicken suppliers are audited by third-party organizations to ensure that its birds are handled in accordance with the National Chicken Council welfare guidelines for broilers. This pastrami-slinging deli in New York City has history and expertise on its side. Originally known as Pastrami King, the company's roots lie in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. A location change in 1961 to Kew Gardens, Queens, and a subsequent relocation to the Upper East Side in 1998 inspired the name change. After 3 busy locations rocked Manhattan, the chain finally returned to Brooklyn. Pastrami Queen keeps its recipe under wraps, but allows a little insight into its process. The hand-cut pastrami is brined and seasoned before being dried and smoked. The meticulous preparation results in meat that's juicy and crumbly all at once, and packed with hearty flavor.
And don't forget the spicy mustard that really gives it that kick in the butt that you really need and deserve.
Consider that the late great Anthony Bourdain gave the chain his seal of approval, telling Variety in 2017, "The first thing I get when I'm back in New York is a pastrami sandwich. Pastrami Queen is a really good pastrami sandwich, if not the best, among the very best. Just a good, nice mix of fat and lean. It's the real deal, served warm on fresh, soft rye bread with the right kind of mustard. When you want that on-point deli meat experience, you've got to hit up the best place in town."